I'm moving my desk around again. Well, from here to here. I want it to be on the wall with the slat panels to help with some audio, but also for the looks of it. But I needed some more wood panels to extend the length of the slat wall as well as allow it to touch the baseboards so my desk would fit and look nice in the space. So a huge thank you to the Wood Veneer Hub for hooking me up with some more wood panels. I'll make sure to link them below. And if my voice sounds like absolute trash, I just got over being sick. Let's get started. So if you've been following my channel for a little bit, you know that I moved my desk setup from here to here, and this was always gonna be temporary until I was gonna be able to move it to the slat wall, which I love the slat wall. I feel like it's gonna really contrast my desk setup. Plus, I think it's just gonna open up the room a lot more. So this desk setup is gonna be where I shoot all of my videos from, and I just like the way that the shot looks. It shows the entire office, and it adds a lot more depth to my shot. In the next video, this setup is going to be getting a huge upgrade, so stay tuned for that. So these are the luxury American oak slat wall panels from the Wood Veneer Hub. And these aren't your traditional wall panels. These are acoustic slat wall panels. So think of a traditional sound panel, but with these wood veneers on the front. So you get all the same benefits of a sound panel, but they look really good. And I went ahead and ordered 2 boxes instead of 1, because as you can see, these don't really go down to the bottom of my baseboard. And since my desk is gonna be right here, I'm gonna have to cut down 1 or 2 of these to be able to fill in the gaps. So I got extra just in case I make a mistake. I'm gonna be getting rid of this shelf because whenever I put my desk set up here, it's gonna actually come out to probably right here, and the desk is massive, so this shelf is a little too big for this space. I'm gonna replace it with another one. We'll get into that later. Right now, I'm gonna start moving some stuff around, start measuring to see how much I need to cut for each panel to fill in the bottom space, and then potentially hang this first panel. I think I'm only gonna do 1 more because that's all I need to fill in the space of where my desk is gonna be. So fingers crossed this goes smooth. I also just realized that I'm gonna need to cut out a piece of one of these slat wall panels for this outlet. Should be interesting, but I think we could do it. So one of these I put up a little bit too high, so I'm gonna actually need to measure each one individually and then keep track of which one is what, so that there's really no gaps on the bottom. It doesn't have to be perfect, because I mean a lot of it's going to be hidden under the desk, but I still want to try to get it as good as I possibly can. So we're going to measure these and then we're going to start cutting. Gave me your heart, gave you heartbreak. I'm sorry, I'm lost in this dark place. All right, so I broke out the miter saw, and like I said, I got a few extra just in case I mess up, so here goes nothing. I found a love for woodworking in my ripe old age of 28. I think when I was 25, I did my first project for my wife. I built her some bookshelves in her office at the time, and honestly, I've loved it ever since, hence all the tools in my garage and my dad garage, which I don't even have kids yet, but I can feel the dad energy going through me.
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
All right. Let's do it.
Since you stopped riding shotgun, I ain't been myself. Going out looking for a good time, but I'm going through hell. Got Jesus on the hotline saying you need help. Put the liquor on the shelf, tell the devil farewell. You gave me your heart, gave you heartbreak. Sorry, I'm lost in this dark place. Somehow I make it to Sunday. I promise I'll be coming back. I'm down the highway. I've been driving for miles, miles, miles. I can't see where it ends. I've been trying to find ways to tell you how I feel.
So now I'm gonna cut the part out for the outlet. This could go good or bad in terms of doing it properly, so praying for the best. Oh no! I did a rookie mistake here, and I should have put painter's tape over where I was gonna cut, because that helps with like the chip out whenever you're using saws like that, or really any kind of saw in general. It kind of helps prevent from tears like what happened here, but honestly, you're probably not gonna be able to notice it from far away, so I might just keep it, which is why we got extra, just in case, and if I need to change it, I'll just come down and cut another one. The next thing I have to do is cut off a piece of the portion of the smaller piece on the bottom to be able to fit the bottom portion of the plug-in, but I'll do that once I get up there and I'm able to put it on there and I can really measure and see how much I need to cut off, so we'll just skip that part and you'll see me installing all of it. And as you probably saw when I was cutting the pieces with the miter saw, some of the individual slats kind of turn left or right. I think they're stapled in through that felt part and there wasn't enough staples on the back end to be able to hold it. Shouldn't be an issue, kind of have to do some DIY workarounds to get it to look right, but I think it's gonna look good, so let's get going. Moment of truth though. Did I cut the outlet portion properly? It's good enough. We'll see how noticeable it is, and then if I need to change it, I'll just cut another piece afterwards. But could be worse.
So run for the hills, baby, don't look back when you leave. Yeah, train headed west, move along, you got somewhere to be.
All right, now hear me out. It's not perfect, but from far away, you can't even tell. Looks good. All right, I'm gonna go through and finish the bottom, then measure for what I need to cut out for that, and we should be good to go and ready to start with the shelf. So I'm running out of screws like I'm using for the tall panels, but since these don't bear as much weight, I'm just gonna use my finish nailer with 1.5 inch finish nails on it. And that's gonna do two things for me. One is obviously hold it up, but two, if I want to, I can put a finish nail on the top or bottom right here, and that'll keep these from moving left or right, which shouldn't be a problem, but the only thing with that is that you might see a little bit of a hole whenever I do put a finish nail through it, but they're gonna be on the bottom. You're not really gonna be able to see it from far away, and this is DIY, you know? You gotta do what you gotta do to get it done. So good news and bad news. The good news is that we're done with probably the hardest part. The only thing I have to do now is measure out the small piece so I can make sure that the outlet is exposed. But the bad news is that it's not a perfect seam. But granted, these are different panels. They're the same kind of wood, but different wood was probably used on each panel. So the seam's not gonna be perfect. It's probably not that noticeable. And especially when I put my desk set up there, I'm hoping that it's not too noticeable. If it is, I'll figure something else out. But for now, we're just going with it. We're just gonna keep going, keep moving forward. All right, had a quick lunch, changed the shirt because I was about to sweat through the other one. It's hot. I'm just gonna go ahead and clean up all the stuff that came off whenever I was screwing this in, move the desk to this wall, and then start putting together the shelf, and we're almost done.
I put my heart on my lips, I gave it all I could give. I made it hot at the crib, I kept it fire at the crib.
I'm gonna try to move it with everything on it so I don't have to take it off, but we'll see.
I pour a four and fill, you already know what it is. I keep a pole in the wheel, cause a lot of these out here envy me. It ain't no hole in clear, none of my dog I what tendencies. I don't need so no sympathy, sipping on Hennessy, got me being inside with you. Everything on me dripping.
The hardest part has to be over by now, besides putting the shelf up, but I like it. I think it's a lot more open. I mean, I like how whenever I walk in, the door is over here. You just walk right into the couch. You're not walking into the computer, and this space feels a lot more open. Plus, this on the slat wall looks so much better. I'm saving all the cinematic B-roll for the end this time. No sneak peeks other than what you've obviously seen already. Let's go ahead and put together the shelf, put some stuff on it, and then I have one more thing that I think I'm gonna add to the space that might add a little bit more texture, I guess. I don't know. We'll see. So I also got these two Govee RGB lamps for my second desk setup video that's coming out soon. I decided to go ahead and put them together and see how they looked. You'll see them in the final shots, but kind of unsure about it. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Today's the next day, and last night I was sitting there thinking, something's missing. And I honestly feel like it's gonna look better if it was wrapping around that corner. And then I realized I have two extra pieces and an extra cutoff piece from cutting off the bottom portions, I can do it. I went ahead and cut down all the different pieces, cut out for the outlet. I'm gonna go ahead and install those, and then you can see the final before and after. I like how much more open this area feels now, and honestly I think adding the 2 extra panels on the corner of the desk setup really completed it and made it look that much better. And then once I upgrade my content creation desk setup next, I think the background of that shot is going to look better as well. So stay tuned for that, and make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. If you like desk setup content, tech, camera gear, you're in the right place. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Did you like this style of video? Do you like the way the space turned out? Definitely let me know. I'm curious to hear your thoughts. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'm gonna go record my next video. But I gotta finish editing this one first, and I'll get to that one next. But see you on the next one.
Start a fire, throw the memories in the flames. It's behind you. See the gold in the red, new horizons. Let it burn, let it burn.